Poor logistics in Ladakh can escalate quickly, from severe altitude sickness to finding yourself stranded at 17,000 feet awaiting a medical evacuation. Planning a trip here forces a strict trade-off. You either sacrifice your physical comfort to maintain total autonomy on the road, or you pay a heavy premium to outsource your safety and logistics to local experts. To avoid a disaster, you need to map your approach before booking anything. This chart plots your available budget against your tolerance for logistical friction. This gives us 3 specific traveler profiles. The family or comfort traveler sits high on budget, but demands 0 friction. The DIY biker runs on a low budget but accepts maximum physical friction. And the hybrid pragmatist lands right in the middle. If you don't commit to one of these specific profiles from day one, your budget will spiral out of control, and your vacation will turn into a grueling endurance test. The physical realities of Ladakh start the moment you arrive. The main city of Leh sits at a base elevation of 3,500 meters. At that altitude, acute mountain sickness is a severe risk for every arriving visitor. Because of this, local health advisories mandate a strict acclimatization rule. No matter how tight your itinerary is, you must sacrifice your first 24 to 48 hours strictly to bed rest. During that rest period, medical protocols require consuming 2 to 3 liters of water a day and taking a 250 milligram dose of Diamox twice daily to force your body to adjust to the thin air. When you actually make this trip is dictated by the weather. Heavy winter snow buries the mountain passes for half the year, restricting road access strictly from May to October. You can fly into Leh year-round to bypass the blocked roads, but stepping off a plane from near sea level straight into 3,500 meters delivers a brutal, immediate shock to your respiratory system. As a traveler, you have to choose your hardship. You either restrict your schedule to the short summer road window, or you endure the intense physical shock of flying directly into the altitude. If you decide to travel during the summer window, you have 3 primary entry methods: driving from Srinagar, driving from Manali, or flying. This first choice dictates the trajectory of your entire trip. The Manali-Leh highway is infamous for its steep, difficult climbs and frequent sections of broken, under-construction road. Taking the Manali route offers raw adventure, but it guarantees severe wear and tear on your vehicle and highly elevates your risk of a mechanical breakdown. Contrast that with the Srinagar-Leh highway. It requires a 2-day drive with an overnight stop, but the roads are significantly safer and the altitude gain is gradual, giving your body time to adjust on the way up. Then there is the flight option. It takes only 1 hour to arrive from Delhi, but as we see here, it carries the absolute maximum risk for altitude sickness. However, flying directly into Leh does place you immediately next to central landmarks, like the Shanti Stupa. This makes your mandatory 48-hour rest period more manageable by allowing for low-impact sightseeing. You can explore central historic architecture, like the 17th century Leh Palace, without exerting the heavy physical effort required on the open highways. Ultimately, the route you select dictates exactly how exhausted or sick you will be when your actual vacation begins. Once you are inside Ladakh, moving between locations introduces a hidden trap for budget road trippers: local protectionist laws. The local union enforces a strict rule. If you rent a bike outside of Ladakh, like in Manali, you are legally prohibited from driving it to key tourist sites, like Nubra Valley or Pangong Lake. This creates a direct financial impact. You will be forced to abandon your outside rental in the city and pay 1,200 to 2,000 rupees per day for a local Ladakh-registered bike. You could rely on local public buses, but they do not run on tourist schedules. You cannot ask a public bus driver to pull over so you can take photos of the landscape. Inside Ladakh, true route autonomy is impossible unless you own your vehicle privately or allocate a specific, significant budget for daily local rentals. Leaving Leh also requires paperwork. You must secure an inner line permit and pay roughly 400 rupees in council development fees before you can pass the checkpoints. You will need those permits to cross mountain passes like Khardun La. At 5,600 meters, oxygen deprivation impairs your decision-making, and the steep inclines make vehicle breakdowns highly frequent. If you are managing the trip yourself and your engine fails, hiring a backup vehicle or a local mechanic on the road will unexpectedly cost you between 500 and 4,000 rupees. This stark reality is why booking an all-inclusive agency package makes sense for many. A local driver handles the permits, reads the road conditions, and manages all mechanical troubleshooting. Booking a package serves as a practical insurance policy, offloading the mental and physical burden of high-altitude logistics onto experts. If your primary goals are safety, zero logistical headaches, and guaranteed accommodation, you need the Comfort Blueprint. Your strategy is simple. Book direct flights to Leh to skip the long highway transit, and hire a pre-packaged four-wheeler with a dedicated local driver. Factoring in reliable hotels, daily meals, and a private SUV for your internal travel, this blueprint totals roughly 27,400 rupees per person. This is the most expensive route, but it guarantees survival and comfort in unpredictable areas. If you are traveling with family, this is the most responsible choice. If you want the raw biker experience and possess high physical endurance, you are an adventure optimizer. Your strategy requires riding in a group for safety, renting local bikes inside Leh to comply with union rules, and staying in basic homestays or camps. By utilizing local rentals and lower-tier accommodations, your internal cost drops to approximately 18,400 rupees per person. You are trading immense physical exertion and the risk of breakdowns in exchange for total route autonomy and a significantly lower budget. Finally, there is the hybrid pragmatist. You want the thrill of riding, but you don't have the time to endure a massive cross-country drive from the plains. Your strategy relies on efficiency. You fly into Leh to skip the 4-day transit, strictly respect your acclimatization period, and rent a bike only for the core Nubra and Pangong circuits. This still provides the iconic open-air riding experience through massive landscapes, like here at the vast confluence of the Indus and Zanskar rivers. This middle path offers the highest return on investment for time-poor professionals who want adventure without total exhaustion. There is no universal best way to see Ladakh. There is only an honest assessment of your budget, your timeline, and exactly how much friction you are willing to endure to experience it.